Alright, game number 1. Let's go. The Enjoyers against the Raiders. Another best of 3, and we find ourselves in the winner bracket, everybody. Arian is playing Chromie. We are in another best of 3 series starting on Shire. We got Ethan Blaze, Alvaros on Uther, Lavakal is playing Johanna, and Itrax is playing Falstad. So we got a global and an Uther solo heal for the blue team, whereas on the right side, the Raiders are starting things off with Sven on Rexa. Nano's playing Junkrat, Hunter Orc on Brightwing, we got Johan on Garrosh, and we got Gia, aka Simon, on Sylvanas. Alright, winner bracket time. So let's see how far the teams can get here. Obviously game number 1. So again, just a quick reminder, as we're progressing through the series, heroes that have been played cannot be played again, meaning all the 10 heroes that you see in game number 1 will not appear again in this same series. Overall, there's $2,000 of prize money on the line, as already mentioned a couple of times. This time fully financed by myself. We don't really have a big name sponsor or anything here. But, ooh, we're already having some kills. Yep, so early first blood for the Raiders as they are taking down Johanna. Great job. And at the top, an attempt to deny a bit of experience. And also the stun from Misha. Nice jet propulsion. Falstad has gone stacking. There's actually quite a few heroes that have gone stacking. Gathering Storm on level 1, and we get the deep breathing here. As Chromie is going to try and set this one up now with more Dragon Breath. And down to the bottom of the map we have, as it continues, Jojo making her way over. No underworld anomaly this time, but time troubles for Chromie. And Arian is already starting to get some serious damage in, particularly against Garrosh, tanking a lot of these sand blasts. As we have Nano looking for the first few hits here against the Siege Giants. And Nano is always fun. I mean, for him it's obviously a little bit annoying. He loves to play his Junkrat too, but he has been playing a lot of Chromie and also Hansa and always excelled at these. And now that Chromie gets played by the opponent's team, it also means immediately that he himself won't be able to play her later within the same series. It's the beauty, honestly, of the system that you can really deny some heroes to your opponent by simply picking them for yourself. And that is what some of these are actually doing. So, yeah, we already have 1 kill on the board. We get level 4 in. We now have Hunter Gatherer, and we got the Flare as well. Magic Spit on level 4, and Uther gets immediately hit hard by Junkrat. Nicely displaced, and that is a kill. Goodbye, Uther. He's gone. Top side, we're now looking at a little bit of more control. This is the awesome thing when you have Rexa on this lane. You can just push the lane and at the same time hold the objective. And now Blaze has to decide what he wants to do. I mean, he needs literally help. He cannot win the 1v1 on the lane. He has absolutely no chance. He will need continuous help, or this is happening over and over again, where he slowly and steadily loses out on the lane or the objective. He has a choice to make there. This is why Rexa on this map can be so awesome, at least in the one-on-one battle top side. Now, what you then make out of it is a completely different question, and if you can build on this further. But for now, it's working quite nicely, and it even results with more heroes jumping topside in a kill and the Dragon Knight in the middle of the map. So, fantastic start for the Raiders in game number 1. 3 kills to 0. And we're seeing down at the bottom of the map, Nano still getting experience for the team, playing this all out very, very nicely. Top side, of course, still the pressure against Falstad, who's trying to mitigate the damage as much as he can. But the Dragon Knight this early in the game, I mean, we're talking really before the 3-minute mark, is currently pretty much relying on the Dragon's Breath, as he should. Trying to take the wall down, rotating towards the top maybe. So they are just opening up the walls a little bit. And they're doing a great job with this. I mean, bot lane is already opened up at the top side. They're trying the same now, so 2 of the walls are gone. The 3rd one is getting damaged. This is a perfect start for the red team, and it also shows in the lead in experience that they currently hold here. Stacks are coming together for pretty much everyone on the side of the blue team, so if they can stack this properly into the late game, they should have a decent move there as well. But yeah, we'll see how much they can do with this. Down to the bottom, now the camp is up, and already we have Johan moving in. Team money pick, like it. Flanking, setting this up here at the side. Or at least was trying to, but I guess they got some vision. Jojo, she may be shown in the middle. They are not quite aware yet where the other team is, but now that we are seeing the camp appear on the map, they will obviously be in the know, and Gia has taken over the guard duties on the side, jumping into the bush here. So, Blue team needs to start picking up some kills here, or at least going for some structures, because currently this is not looking too great in game number 1. Now keep in mind, this is a double elimination system. We're on the winner bracket. There's the kill that I was talking about. Alright, so they're getting 1 and they're getting 2. The 2-for-1 special. We're going full Walmart today. Nice. They get the Fruit Fly and they get Garrosh, but they're losing a lot of hit points at the fort at the bot lane. Might lose the entire structure. I mean, it should be taken out soon. But the important point, honestly, is still that this is the winner bracket. So if one of the two teams is not able to take this, which is pretty much guaranteed, by the way, then they're not out of the tournament yet. They have another chance through the losers bracket. But the blue team is really starting to make this exciting. They have fallen behind in the early game pretty heavily, but now with 3 kills in a row, they need not only bring themselves back, but they're also starting to steal more and more of these camps, and I'm absolutely here for it. So, job well done. And this is a really cool comeback attempt by them, even before level 10 abilities hit, so that makes it even more exciting. Now with this tournament, obviously, the format, I talked about it a bit, this is the first qualifier out of 5, and in every single qualifier, the teams that participate can accumulate points. The farther you're in the tournament, the more points you get, and yeah, at the end of the day, the top teams in the standings, in the leaderboards that accumulated the most points throughout all the qualifiers will then go to the playoffs where the real party begins. So currently we're already getting a really nice peek on how things are going to look like, but the actual real party, that's in the playoffs. That's when things will, per definition, get pretty crazy. More pre-banned heroes and just overall madness. Yeah, we already had some interesting games, I gotta say. Didn't expect that for qualifier number 1, by the way. I thought this one would be an extremely tame qualifier, but the teams have more than just embraced the spirit of the tournament, as you probably have already seen if you followed some of the games here. So, yeah, fairly entertaining. But alright, so with that, we have more or less an even game. I mean, everybody's fighting for the second objective, and at least for now, we have some double control on the shrines for the Raiders. They've had a good start into this, but now... Oh, yeah, Sylvanas was in trouble for a second, and here comes the Indomitable to shut this down. Talking about shutting things down, Uther's retaken the shrine at the bot lane now. 6 minutes in, and 40 stacks for Falstad. Chrome is also done with her quest, and Uther is about to be. 46 stacks for him right now, so time will tell. And, well, there we go. We're sitting already in the middle of the map. And that is a chance maybe to get a Dragon Knight for the blue team, or maybe not, because the fight at the bottom of the map doesn't go too well for them currently. Nice dodge, though, from Alvarez and Lava Colors. They are making sure Garrosh doesn't get a hold of them, but that could have been a bit dicey. They have the early level 12, but the lead in experience is really tiny. There's a few more camps up on the map that technically could now be targeted by the teams, particularly the mercenary camp on the top right side for the red team. But let's see what else they can do here. I mean, right now, we have still double control. They don't have a global. That's really one of the bigger problems for them. Imagine them having a Falstad, for example. You could just fly middle and try and claim it just in time. Even Genji as a potential pick could have been able to do that. Genji, by the way, is the first hero that's going to be banned. So we have some pre-banned heroes, not for the first qualifier, as I already reiterated a few times. But starting with qualifier number 2, we are going to have a couple of heroes pre-banned, all hinging on sub-goals on Twitch. But I can tell you already, the first hero that's gonna get the axe is Genji. So if you're a Genji fan and you like to see him in games, then enjoy the first qualifier, because afterwards he is not gonna make an appearance anymore. Genji has, I believe, in the community vote right now, by far the most votes out of any other hero. Everybody just hates on the Shimada and is like, yeah, get the hell out of there. Don't want to see you. Junkrat getting junked at the bottom of the map. Alright, so he's down. Initially they killed Garrosh. So the blue team is really picking up some... Oh, careful. Sylvanas coming in again. Dodging out on the jet propulsion. Nice. Can they maybe get a kill here? Ah, they can't. Gust is coming out. And, well, that puts us into a spot where we are now looking at maybe an opportunity for them. Nah, not really. So, yeah, we'll see what they can do here. But as is, we still have a nice lead for the blue team. They got the 2 extra kills. They have a little bit more map control. They're now controlling both of the shrines as well. Creates a little bit of pressure. doesn't lead to a Dragonite right away. Middle is guarded by Rexa, but generally, of course, the blue team has now taken over. So, yeah, there is that. But alright, with that, it's a level lead nearly. And particularly in the middle now, we have a pretty good position for the blue team, but they haven't really gotten a Dragonite yet, so they're currently just moving from one shrine to another. But eventually they have to utilize Falstad in order to get more global control, I believe. Particularly if they can create a 2v1 at the top lane would be nice. Brightwing can counterplay that to an extent, I guess, but yeah, they need to do something if they want to pull ahead here. Getting an earlier level 16 would of course also help quite a bit. But for now, it's extra camps that they're getting. It results, on the other hand, in them kind of abandoning the fort at the middle. At the top, at least initially, so they're losing a lot of hit points here. It's, by the way, funny that the bottom fort has at no point been destroyed. We talked earlier about how low it was already, but they haven't capitalized on that at all. Now that we're past the 10-minute mark, it would really help if they could do a bit more of this. So, top side control about to come in again. 16 is in. We now got Benediction. And we also got the Airy Gusts in. Bit of a chase happening at the bottom of the map. They should still take this. Yeah, they do. Because Blaze could have moved into the middle. But I would really love for them to take this one out. I mean, come on, boys. Do you hate catapults or what's going on here? You want to have some extra lane pressure. You want to have something. So, get it done. Get the job done. You got Junkrat for poke and you got Sylvanas. No matter which heroes you move in for the fort, you are more or less guaranteed to get it. So there's a chance. But, well, another flip, another hit, and it seems that, oh, even a Divine Shield. Alright, panic button, baby. That was an early one. But Falstad comes in, they want the kill, they go for Garage. He gets a lot of heals here. Might not be enough though. Indomitable to move out and dodge out on the Chromie's ult. Rexa was already hoping to go into the middle and get another Dragonite for the team, but Uther is very quickly crushing those hopes. And the Blessed Shield nearly leading to a kill on Junkrat. Ah, I love this. Great fights from the two teams. Everybody is just really going all out to try and get a kill with super nice turnarounds and attempts to flip the fight. In this case, Falstad nearly dying. Gust is even being used just to be on the safe side and also pushes back the Reptile. So Junkrat is all of a sudden sitting there a bit on the silly side. He's like, yeah. Comes in, gets a good hit in, destroys the entire minion wave. Let's be fair. He couldn't have done any more than that after what happened. So that was the maximum that he could really hope for. So yes, nicely done. 33,000 damage for Chromie, 35,000 for Junkrat. So Nano looking strong. The birdie hasn't died yet either. Nobody wants chicken apparently today. Which I absolutely can't understand. I would love some chicken. I actually don't know why there's so many people that hate chicken. I never really understood that. I love chicken. I absolutely love chicken. I love the texture. I love the taste. There's a lot of people that run around doesn't taste like anything. I don't really get it. Like, chicken is one of my favorite meats, so it's like really weird. But yeah, maybe not on a burger all the time, but still. Not saying I don't like a nice steak or whatever, but yeah. So yeah, birdie. Let's go for the birdie. Talking about chicken, go for him. My man wants in the KFC basket over here. Get him. Get him. The one thing where I'm a little bit weird though is I don't like eating from bone. I hate that. Like chicken wings from bones, I hate those. Chicken McNuggets, big fan. Like a chicken fillet, steak, whatever, a huge fan. But I absolutely hate eating from bone. I don't want to fight with my food. And I totally hate that. That's one of the reasons why I pretty much don't eat spare ribs either. Bit weird, I guess, but it's one of those small things. Outside of that, I pretty much eat anything. But that is the one thing where I'm just like, if I can by any means avoid it, I'll always do that. So, yeah. I don't know. I might be a little bit special on this, but I don't know if that applies to other people too. But yeah, not really for me. So, either way, bit of damage done in the middle now. Dragonite number 2 for the red team, and they got now the fort at the top and the fort at the bottom of the map, so the blue team is now starting to lose ground again after, in the early mid-game, finally getting a bit of a foothold and starting to get kills. It's 5 kills to 5, so you gotta compliment the Raiders for really digging deep in order to bring this one back. They were on the defense for quite some time there, for quite a couple of minutes, but now with the Dragonite taken and the kill they got, we're looking at them taking every single fort out on the blue team side. So, yeah, very well played. If they can build on that, that would be great. Falstead, by the way, talking about building, is building up some decent stacks on his level 1. Is currently at 37,000 damage. He's not trailing too far behind. Is currently 4th highest damage dealer in the game after Junkrat, Sylvanas, and Chromie. It's not too shabby. And if he's able to build this further, we'll see how far he can actually go here. I don't think that on the global spectrum, when it comes to macro plays, they haven't gotten the most out of him, but yeah, the Parrot is doing things. So, as is, half a level until 20. Blue team still with the lead here. How is that even possible? Passive experience is obviously now leaning in favor of the red team, but I guess minion experience, yeah, there's a huge difference for the blue team, for the Storm League enjoyers. That's, by the way, a meme. I mean, that has to be a lie. Storm League enjoyers, yeah, I'm sorry, but if you're enjoying that shit show, then you're lying to me. You might endure it if you're the Storm League endurers. That's something. If you are the Storm League specialists, I believe that too. But enjoyers? Really? I mean, come on. You don't just play Storm League because you enjoy it. You play Storm League because most of the time there's nothing else to do. There's no other tournament running. There's not always an amateur league that you can play. So you practice, you train, but that you sit there like, oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm like, why are you happy? Ah, I get to go play Storm League again. It's going to be great. So yeah, I should rename them into the Storm League Endurers or something. But we have level 20 now on both sides. So we get Redemption, we got Kill Command, and we have the Cannonball. And again, it's Chromie trying to get some kills in. Okay, first one is let through. Second one he dodges out with Indomitable. And still, Chromie is so annoying. Seriously. I think at this point, Chromie is more annoying than the Fruit Fly. But alright, there we go. Gust is in. Kill command has been used. And nice. Sylvanas forcing out the Divine Shield and nearly getting a kill against Falstad. If Uther didn't pay attention there, that would have been a kill for sure. Good wailing arrow too. But with his taunt and the flip, Blaze is crushed. Blaze gets murdered. And the Raiders in the driver's seat once again. Looking good. Alright. Yeah, well. Driver's seat actually reminded me of Baby Driver. That reminded me of movies. That reminded me of cinema. That reminded me of the Marvels. And then I had to chuckle a little bit because have you guys seen the latest trailer? They go full member berries. They're pretty much like, remember Iron Man? Remember like Infinity Wars? Remember Thanos? The most entertaining thing about the Marvels is going to be to see how much this thing flops. It's going to crash and burn and I'm all here for it. I'm absolutely ready to see that shit show unfold. I can't wait for the review. It's going to be glorious. Yeah, bit of possession here from Sylvanas and the Raiders come in with the Dragonite number 3. Blue team didn't get a single one in this entire game. They had some really cool moments, but they never got a Dragonite. And now they come in and they are just taking down the bottom keep. At least it would be a miracle if that gets somehow saved. But Fawcett has Gust still. So I guess he could angle for a Gust. That's also why Brightwing came in right away and said like, well, we're gonna get rid of you. But this keep is gone. So job well done. Yeah, nice. Okay, so with that they get the keep, but they have to fall back. Again, no kills. Did he just use the breath into the wrong direction? Yeah, I think so. Hammering on the hotkeys a little too much. Garrosh? Oh, hello, team. I think he missed the ult a bit, but still. They're flanking in, and now they got a chance. Here comes the Wind Tunnel on the other hand. Divine Shield is out. Red team might be trouble, particularly Garrosh. Oh, yeah, he's dead. With Chromie trapping him with her ult, his time was definitely out. So they get a kill. They also take down Misha. And now the move not only into the bot lane, but they get their first fort. I mean, that's worth a round of applause. Congratulations. Nicely done here. Good job, boys. So they come in and they take the first structure down. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's the beginning of a beautiful comeback. You never know. So they're starting to go in and take some camps away, which might even help them to now also destroy the bottom wall here. So 26 seconds until Garrosh is back. You got Siege Giants. They're honestly gonna get quite a bit here, aren't they? I mean, they might get the keep. I'm putting it in with a bit of a question mark, but thanks to those Siege Giants, there's actually a chance. Who else can poke? I mean, they got Falstad here. Yeah, okay, Sylvanas against them in Junkrat, that will take these down eventually, but they got some damage in. So it's not too bad. They got something done. They opened the wall, they took the fort down, they damaged the keep. It's probably the best that you can hope for here against those defenders. 60,000 damage for Chromie. Falstad is sitting at 52,000 and has therefore officially drawn even with Sylvanas. The two are currently fighting for third place. It is Junkrat, played by Nano, that has by far the most. Bridge of Death is also falling. Yeah, Bridge of Death at the top is currently getting wrecked by the camp, and Falstad has to fly in to make sure that they're not losing another keep here. Next Dragonite would very likely end the game for either team. But there is a lot of pressure currently against the blue team. They have, again, no fort standing. They lost the keep at the bottom of the map. All of those things added up. That means there's continuous lane pressure against you. Makes it also very tricky to go into the middle and prevent the Dragonite from being taken. Especially when your opponent still has fountains in the middle and the top lane. So highly likely they're going to try and control bot lane. Also because this is the lane where they lost their own keep. So yeah, if they can hold that, that's great. But it will very likely result in the red team, the Raiders, moving towards the top and trying to pressure the top keep even further. As far away as possible from the rest of the blue team, who are looking for an easy hit and kill, and they get it, don't they? No way! He survives? Really? Damn, son! Nice gust into the corner, by the way, and that might have been a game-winning move. Brightwing down and Garrosh down. They even get Rexa. What? That got interesting quickly. That gust was sexy, and they try to go for the bot lane. Look at this fight. Here comes the gust straight, like, look at this. Like a pinball wizard, straight into the opening, and then 3 of them die, and all of a sudden the bot lane is wide open. That's insane. No freaking way. I honestly, with the 2 defenders, I might have just tried to go for the core at the top. They're losing a keep here. The problem is, who gives a shit about the keep when their core is falling? I'm not sure if they can hold this. I really don't. 69% on the core. And yes, the top lane is going to become an issue, but they need another 15 seconds for Brightwing to come back. And guys, that's game. They turned it. The Storm League enjoy us. They just won game number 1 in the best of 3. What? Nicely done. GG. Big play from Falstad, and then a follow-up. Won them the map. Well done, well played. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Alright, they've actually done it. They came in, turned the game around, flipped it on its head, and kicked the butt of the Raiders. Yeah, well done. The Storm League enjoy us with the lead in this series. On the left, we got Arion on Greymane now. Itrex on Liming. We're in Battlefield of Eternity, so 2 great damage dealers for the blue team. And we got Ether on Urel, Lavakal on Varian, and Alvaros on Rhaegar. On the right side of the map, we currently have the Raiders themselves, with Sven playing Hogger, Nano on Cassia, Johan this time on Diablo, Hunter on Anduin, and Jaina on, played by Gia. So again, quick reminder, 10 heroes that were played in game number 1 are obviously unavailable, so that influenced the draft here at least a bit, but this is still an absolutely straightforward comp that we're seeing from the teams here. Slightly adjusted, of course, for the map. Noteworthy that Hanzo was now banned out twice. Oh, and also, a little side note, I think most people are by now fairly aware of this, but in case somebody watches for the first time. The reason why there's no draft in this particular game is extremely simple. This is a game that is casted or was casted from a replay, and since we had so many games running at the same time during the qualifier, I could obviously not cast everything live, but some of the games I will always catch then later afterwards, commentate the replays so that everybody can still watch and enjoy them. In particular, of course, everyone that is looking at these matches on YouTube. So if you're currently watching there, that's the explanation as to why. There's another thing that I actually want to real quickly highlight, because I have seen in the last qualifier in particular, last time that we live cast, that there was a lot of new people coming in. If you're a little bit newer and just now through Meta Madness, you rediscovered the channel, one thing that I can heavily recommend is that you look at the playlists on YouTube and you check out the playlists from the Nations Cup in Berlin. That tournament was by far the best Heroes of the Storm tournaments in the last 5-6 years. And we've had a lot of people come in over the last couple of days and weeks, I want to say, that were super surprised that there's still Heroes of the Storm coverage, that we still have an esports scene going on. And a lot of them were very positive about it. So if you haven't watched the Nations Cup yet, you're really missing out if you don't check out the playlist. That was, again, the best tournament by far in the last 6 years. That includes some Blizzard tournaments. And in addition to that, we had it offline, multiple teams from various regions. Korean team, North American team was playing there. We had a big audience on site with multiple caster teams too, so if you haven't seen that yet, the playlist is available on YouTube, and I would highly recommend that you check it out. So, either way, with that said, we are in game number 1, as already mentioned. And for now, we got on level 4 the taunt for Varian, so now he's a real hero, not an oversized minion anymore. And can actually get them some value. Now, they don't have necessarily a support that can really lock the target down. Of course, if Rhaegar goes as he does for the totem build, then this is going to change a little bit. So they're getting some slows out of this. They're getting even more so as the build progresses. But it's not really comparable to running, I don't know, Uther, Malfurion, Stukov that can stun or root a target into the ground. So you still get something, but if you're just looking for a sniper composition, Rhaegar can be nice, but it's not quite the same thing. So they have to play with what they have here. We have on the other side also decent burst damage, particularly from Jaina, of course. So that's another thing. And with the first Immortal now appearing, the blue team is of course hoping to take an early lead and then win this one with a 2-0, whereas the Raiders are very interested to show that game number 1 was a bit of a fluke and they were just caught off guard by that one push. And, well, it doesn't really go all that well early on, because they're losing Hogger. He got blown to pieces within a second, so the fleabag is gone. Bye-bye, no more spin to win for him. And that leads us into a push for Immortal number 1 that the blue team should honestly win. They're already poking this out extremely nicely from a distance here, now fully committed, even trying to go for Jaina and for Diablo. So they're all of a sudden realizing they have an opportunity to get more than only the objective. They want to have kills too, but they get denied. What? Anduin manning up a bit here. I like it. Was a good route from him that he got out there. Yeah. Piercing Light was in there as well. We have him with an even-handed blessing, so he's able to save Diablo, and it's still an Immortal, of course, for the blue team with a halfway decent shield. I mean, they're roughly at 50%, so off we go. Let's see what they can get at the top. But yeah, cool for them that they actually saved Diablo there. I didn't really think that was possible for them, but it's pretty awesome. Okay. With level 7 talents in their hands, this makes the push even more dangerous. And we don't have Calamity, we have Seeker. Alright. So, Li Ming changing things up a little bit. Now again, if you have Varian coming in with a taunt, then obviously you have much higher chances of actually getting value out of Seeker. So if they coordinate this well, that can definitely work. But they really have to do that. You're missing out on Calamity damage. In the combo, it can work for you, but if they can pull it off properly, that's a completely different story, and time will tell. They're killing the fort though, so the fort gets destroyed, and that was nicely done. It was very nicely done here, so great job by the blue team, by the Storm League Enjoyers. They might have overdone it a little bit though, because now all of a sudden they're starting to lose heroes here. Gia's running out of mana, or he would have maybe slowed Rhaegar down even further. But thanks to Hogger, we're getting a double kill after all. So on the way back to base, the Enjoyers are losing 2 of their heroes. It leads to a small lead in experience for the Raiders. Temporary one, I would assume, considering that they lost some structure, so passive experience is now slowly starting to tick in favor of the opponent's team. But yeah, at least initially, that wasn't too shabby. So let's see how much further they can go with this. Currently at the bottom of the map, an attempt to get another mercenary camp, denied by the Enjoyers as they came in again. We got the Ice Flurs, we got the Frost Shards, and on level 1, Winter's Reach. Alright, there we go. Yeah, winter is slowly also arriving in Valencia, I gotta say. I mean, Spain is still pretty nice. Valencia in particular gets a little bit colder at night right now, but just the other day I actually went outside with a long sleeve hoodie. Yeah, was crazy. November, long sleeve, who would have thought? Kinda nuts. How you do in northern parts of Europe? Anyways. Enough teasing there. So, we get another hit, and Greymane is the one to fall this time. Goodbye, doggy. The wolf is dead. The big bad wolf is gone, and look at experience, level 10. Gonna be hit in just a moment. Any surprises? Nah. Hoarder pulled. And we get the Lightning Breath again. And well, look at that engage. Light Bomb engage with Diablo. And Rega gets wrecked. And so does Varian. Nice. Level 10. Instant move. And they get their kills. That was awesome. That was really well done. Perfect window. Perfectly timed. Blue team underestimating a bit. And what the fuck is that? Disintegrate? What? Itrax, don't do this to me. I let Seeker slide already, but you can't come in with this integrate. There's no Nubarak on the other side. What are you doing? Even with Varian, I'm just call. No, I'm just no. I'm just gonna call no right there. Nope. Not even with Varian and Taunt. Varian, Taunt, Bullet. Yeah, again, I get it, the theory, but again. Nope. Yeah, no. No, just no. Disintegrate is, I mean, now they get some damage out. To be fair, they couldn't really get to him here, but I really want to see if he is at least able to maintain that throughout the game, because there's a very good chance that later on he's in trouble. I mean, with Seeker, you know, he gets at least damage in against the Immortal, so he can poke a little bit more, he can combo off with Taunt. Disintegrate, I guess he can try it as well, but if the red team is worth their salt in any way, shape or form, then they're going to deal with it. So yeah, again the save, 50% on Diablo, nicely done by the way. Great job. I'm still questioning this one. I can see what he's trying to do, I mean obviously, but still, I'd say no. The Immortal poke as the game continues is not going to be as important anymore. You will have to go through the team fights, and in those, getting the utility of Wave of 4s, I would just always go for that. And honestly, the way that he plays, I wouldn't even be shocked if they're now going for Glass Cannon, because the goal seems to be to just poke from a distance as much as they can, not only against the opponent's team, but also against the Immortal. I just doubt that they can win this way, because they're already behind by 5 kills, and they're behind by 5 kills for a reason. Team fights aren't really going their way now. We have 6 kills to 1, and this is a big shield Immortal that the Raiders now locked in because they got the additional camp. So this could start to hurt very quickly. We have a Ford at the top lane that has taken damage, and I believe that the one at the bottom of the map is now gonna get crushed for sure. Anything else would shock me. So, yeah. But alright. Let's see what we're getting. We have 6 kills to 1 now, level 13, soon TM coming in too. Yeah, can they maybe break through to more? Not yet. 13 talents now in. That gives us, amongst other things, Hellfire. We also got Pummel. And we got them again, taking the fort down. I don't really think that the red team is even trying to go for much more here. They're also only here with 4, both teams. So it's a 4 versus 4 situation that has been created by the 2 side laners still funning around at the top. Urel going up against Hogger there. And down at the bottom of the map, as long as the wall is there, Li Ming will have an easy time dishing out damage. You have, of course, Greymane, and in Worgen form he can dish out some serious hurting, which he did. But with the rotation towards the top, they might even be able to get the topside fort. Or, of course, Urel, which would be even better, which I doubt. But yeah, that would be the dream. They can't get either, but they can maybe get another fight. I'm actually surprised that they're trying to go this aggressively for the fight, considering that they're so close to level 13. But yeah, the attack here didn't quite work out for them. So, 13. Come on, Li Ming. Go. If you already go this far, go all the way. Go all the way. Bring it. There we go. Glass Cannon is in full-on max range DPS attempt by Itrax. Well, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. currently, damage shouldn't really be too shabby. 33,000, top damage dealer in the game, just not something that they could get kills with, at least not enough to make a difference here. So yeah, padding the stats a little bit, but that is so far it. Ether down at the bottom of the map, yeah, cool, so he's gonna get this camp. Takes that down, some added pressure here. You're building the entire push-up down at the bot lane, and then Jaina comes in, just simply drops a blizzard on you, and it's just like, wah wah. Everything is gone within a second. Kind of feels bad. And a lot of timing went into that, and then it's just like getting shut down. So they're going for Diablo again, and I gotta admit, Johan has been an amazing punching ball throughout this game. Thanks to Anduin, they can also save the day here. It's such an annoying composition. I mean, again, Anduin obviously by himself is already annoying. No, I don't mean the whining in every single trailer and him just being a total beta. I actually mean as a character, because he's super strong with his trade. And if you play Diablo with him, you can save the frontline tank even when he dives way too deep. And that saved Diablo already multiple times, despite the damage output that comes very quickly from Li Ming and from Greymane. Lavakal, on the other hand, he doesn't have an Anduin. So yeah, Varian has been abandoned by his son, and now he gets killed. So that is betrayal of the First Order. Varian goes down for another time, and they're even chasing down Urel. But that's another 5 versus 4 situation, while Itrax is desperately trying to get some damage connected here. They can't get the kills. They can't get them. And they are also not getting in a position where they can leverage Li Ming's range. They just don't have that. They can't push the red team back enough. The red team is always getting ready for another push and another move. And they are also now clawing their way slowly and steadily towards level 16, which would give them another talent advantage, which they are, of course, very eager to grab now. Up at the top lane, we have Gia, again, not with a lot of mana, so he has to come back in here and try to get that. But they take the camp, and now they should start defending here again. Jaina obviously moving back, getting mana, has also completed the baseline quest a while ago, which means that, of course, by now they're looking at an ice block. Hogger is getting them the experience for level 16. Not quite sure what Diablo was trying to do here, but yeah, that was maybe a little bit too much. Still survives through it, but I don't think it was necessary to get this aggressive. But it's working out for them. They got level 16, that really helped with a save. That's the first kill against Greymane, and now they're chasing Urel, and this time she's not going to escape. Gets hit again, and Ether... This is actually funny. She survives, can you imagine? Varian is in trouble. Urel is still running. Urel is still running. Tries to escape over here. Nano! Yeah. Yes, there it is. Goes for it again and gets the kill. Okay, nearly escaped. Varian died too. That's 2 more heroes down. 10 kills to 1 in total. Having that level 16 talent obviously helps them a lot here as well. And now it's time for the halftime show. And spoiler alert, they're gonna get this one. I mean, that is a given at this point. They're gonna get another... I was about to say Dragon Knight. We're not a Dragon Shire anymore. They're gonna get another Immortal. And with that, they can then continue to do more damage. Yeah, at least Li Ming can poke a bit here now. Nobody there to defend. So that leaves us with a 50% shield. A little bit less than that. And it's the top side that they're going for. Topping of mana. That's what they're aiming for right now. And, well, let's see how much damage they can do here. The top lane has taken a bit. Tower is halfway down. Damage output. To give you a bit of an idea, 54,000 from Li Ming. Again, numbers aren't all on everything. She gets the numbers out, but she doesn't get kills, and that's the big problem. Even with Greymane to assist her here, Li Ming has only been able to get a single kill with the rest of the team. So they're just not getting enough. They're trying to blow the front line apart, and they just can't. Diablo is shielding the rest of the team extremely nicely throughout all of this. The positioning is absolutely on point from them. But now that play has backfired for the Enjoyers. And again, they're losing too much here too early. That Keep is in real trouble now. And they're even trying to go for a quick kill against Urel, and they get it just before the ult is ready. So, Urel is gone, and that's a 5 versus 4 with the Immortal easily breaking through the Keep. And they are gonna take core damage here. The only question is how much. Will the red team, will the Raiders have to back off, or do they end the game here? If they can get another kill, they can definitely go for it. But they're falling back already. 17 seconds for Urel. No core damage, just the shield being scratched. Okay, I actually thought they would try and sit there a bit longer. Try and siege up on it and see if they can get a follow-up kill. And then move back a bit later, but they're still willing to address at least the camp. Which they should get. Dibbles is coming in again. Anduin is too late to the party this time. Yeah, this time he was too aggressive. Johan just went way too hard. Now they lost 2, they lost 3, and they lost the camp. Honestly, this reminds me so much of game number 1. This was so unnecessary right now. They're literally feeding heroes into them. Anduin was nowhere near Diablo at that point in time, so there was absolutely no chance to make a play there without him risking dying. So why dive that deep? And then they're losing heroes on the back. Dibbles is literally their shield against all that damage, and he needs Anduin to survive through it. So now the blue team moves to the top, goes for the keep. Guys, are they going for a 2-0 here? Are you shitting me? Is this happening again? I think I'm watching a replay. This is, like, this happened before. I've seen this play out. Dragon Shire is where it played out the last time. There's, by the way, also a big camp down at the bottom of the map, which was initially taken by the Raiders, but they couldn't get it. And all of a sudden, this is fairly even. This was absolutely unnecessary from the Raiders. I don't really know what exactly the thinking was. They got too greedy, and yeah, it starts to backfire. They're trying to do the same thing here again, by the way. Light Bomb gets more or less denied. It's still connected with Varian, and they get the kill. Alright, they don't have level 20 yet, but they get 1 kill. Oh, and Hawkeye gets crushed. Liming is able to get some damage out now. I'll give that to Atrax. He's at 77,000 damage. The game is a lot more chaotic all of a sudden, and that allows Atrax to get more damage through, so good for him. Bottom fort nearly destroyed. What good combo for Liming, and this thing is gone if they can get close enough. The objective is up on the map again. Still a 4 versus 4, and also noteworthy that we have nearly level 20 now for the Raiders, so if they can buy themselves a little bit of time, that would allow them to rely on Storm Talons throughout the rest of the fight, which would be very, very nice, of course. So let's see if they can do that. Jumps are already coming over here, up towards the top. Yep. Down to the bottom. They're still waiting for 20 and for the experience. They're so damn close. It's crazy. And there it is. Level 20 is in. Diablo at the front again. Anduin should go for a pull here. Did he not have a cooldown already? That was a bit late. Oh, Jaina! Oh, calm down, girl. Ruthless. Gia coming in and hammering them into the ground. Check this one out. What a double kill by Gia. Gia sitting tight, gets attacked, and then he's like, alright, I'm done with you boys. I'm done with this shit. Bam! Gets the double kill and just murders them. 14 kills, 2-5. We get the Lord of Terror on level 20, by the way. And also Sensor plus Wintermute. And this Immortal is nearly at 100% HP. I mean, boys, girls, this is gonna be game, isn't it? 100% shield and the level 20 advantage with a push. Ooh, that one's gonna be brutal. Absolutely brutal. How are you gonna stop that? They're even going topside. Yeah, well, they should go topside. We are 19 minutes in. There's 4 catapults. There's a few more than I expected to see when I moved top. So, yeah. Good call taking that out before you're going for the battle. Nicely done. Can the blue team get level 20 for the defense? Can they maybe also get a kill? There's always a chance, you know, that there's a flank coming in and they're getting a quick one against one of the squishy damage dealers in the back. Or in the front, as Gia just decides that he's going to frontline this one now. But this is just, oh, good luck trying to stop that. That is insane. So here we go. Light Bomb engage, backfiring already a bit. They tried for Varian, couldn't quite get him. They keep him away from the Immortal as best as they can, but this might not be over. The keep is gone, the Immortal is losing most of its shields, but they lose Rhaegar, and that is of course nearly a death sentence. Once that your healer is gone, you have no sustain left. They're losing Varian, and now they're also gonna lose Hope. This is gonna be another 3-mapper. Yep, the Raiders. They bring it back and they take the W on Battlefield of Eternity. Diablo goes down, doesn't matter, 70 kills to 6, and 20 minutes in, the red team ties the series and forces the 3rd and final map here in the winner bracket of the first qualifier for Meta Madness. Game number 3, final map in the best of 3 series in the winner bracket. One team to advance to the next round, the other one to drop down into the losers bracket. Nice back and forth games between the two. And we have a side switch. So again, they got a little bit cheeky here and they flipped sides, so don't be too confused. But the Raiders are now playing in blue on the left side and the Enjoyers are playing in red on the right. So over here we have Sven on Leoric. Also, again, quick reminder, this is map 3, so 20 heroes were unavailable because they were already played. Therefore, some of the choices you can see here were influenced by that. We got Sven on Leoric, Johan on Mal'Ganis, Hunter Orc is playing Malfurion, Gia is playing Kerrigan, Nan on Hanzo, and over on the right side of the map it is Atrax on Azebo, Lavakal plays an Ubarak, Ether on Sonya, Arion on Tracer, and Alvaros is playing Dehaka. So finally Nano gets his Hanzo. Kind of weird to me that it happens in game number 3, but yep, he gets his Hanzo here. And we also get Nazebo going for the Thing of the Deep, obviously hoping for a late game on this map. So let's see if they're going to get full Nazebo power with this. For now it seems that Kerrigan is already going to rip them a new one. Gia on Kerrigan is just an absolute monster, and yeah, he's showcasing that. They come in, they get first blood, and they get a bit of momentum. It's not only that they got first blood, they also started to do a decent amount of damage to the rest of the team who had to start either hearthing back or then pop the fountain. Never good when that happens early on in the game to you. So a bit of ground lost for them. And the blue team has gone straight over to the mercenary camp to grab that. Whereas Johan is just using a Fell Claws to gain himself a little bit more mobility and start to do his thing. So, with that, we're now looking at a camp in the middle any moment. And the blue team is way ahead of their opponents. So, this camp is very likely going to make it all the way to the wall with no counter pressure whatsoever. So, they're setting this up extremely well, as Gia down at the bottom of the map has quickly dissuaded Sonya from going for the Siege Giants. So, just from pure camp pressure alone, there is a significant difference between the two teams. Raiders now in the middle. Oh, that would be bad. Oh, careful. Tracer. Wow. Yeah, that's real brutal. That's problematic. She is suffering here as well, and I am not sure how much they can do with this now. Couple of extra gems already for the Raiders, and that push into the mid lane could definitely become tricky to deal with. Especially if you're running into Kerrigan combos like this. So nice moves by Gia as usual when he plays this hero, but he applies an enormous amount of pressure, and that is not a good look for the red team. Obviously only a single kill has happened thus far, so nothing too insane, but we're definitely going to keep our eye on that. Nazebo, he's sitting at 38 stacks for the baseline and his level 1 quest. Has not made a choice on level 4 yet, just as... there we go. We get the big voodoo. Okay, it's good for him. Bit of a spin to win setup with Hurricane now for Sonya, who's already trying to use that on her own camp. Siege Giant still untouched, by the way. And we have the potion, the rejuvenation potion for Deckard Kane. Atrax at the top. His job is stack, stack, stack and get to level 20. That's all that he has to do as quickly as he can. Get those numbers up. Turn himself into an unkillable monster with endless mana. And get to level 20 so that he can dish out the damage. If he can do that or not is a different question. But yeah, time will tell. So now down at the bottom of the map what we're seeing is already Simon and Sven, the brother duo. They're already going straight in for the camp. They steal it away. Looking good on this one. And yeah, that allows them to push that lane even further, I guess. If they can keep those Siege Giants obviously alive. That's a little caveat that we still have to go for here. They got enough gems for turn in 2, so the Raiders looking solid here. Then again, Nazebo in trouble. Has to go back and hearth. Not really interested in those Deckard Kane potions. I was like, dude, I wanted the other ones. I wanted the red ones. Why did he go for the mana potion? I don't need that shit. Gimme health, gimme health. So, turn in could be... they could deliver. If after gaining enough control there. They got level 7. Okay, Tracer at least starting to make some aggressive plays and looking to get a cheeky kill in. Can drop Nano low in hit points, but is not able to finish the job yet. But Arian is on it, so he's starting to try and dive a little bit deeper here. Both teams have now level 7 talents. We get first of all Dead Rush. We have the plating for... That's a kill. That should be a kill. That has to be a kill. This is a kill, yeah. So they get the kill on Sonya. If they can keep the gems, that would be even better. But not all of them. Yeah, some get recovered. Most of them get recovered by Lavakal. So at least he has that going for himself. More time and space for Nazeebo to get his own stacks up at the top. And I mean, he's sitting at a respectable 80 at the 5-minute mark. This is looking fairly good. So stacking is not going to be the problem. I guess surviving until level 20 might be, if the pace continues. We'll see. So far, nobody has gotten a turn in yet, but I think this is going to change now, since the blue team has multiple opportunities to now turn in here. Gia, for example, can very easily pull that off. But they're doing it up at the top. Fucking Beetles! Look at that! Lavakal is pulling a Durandal. Yeah, I know, a little bit of a throwback here to the good old days of Warcraft 3. Back then, Nuburak was never, the Crypt Lord was never really played as a main tank for Undead, and Durandal was one of the first that actually started to do that. And his opponent, his opponent was like, "What are you doing? Why are you going Beetles?" And then he lost the game. He was like, "Why did I lose?" And he was like, "Because of the Beetles. Fucking Beetles." I don't think there's a single person outside of me that remembers that. But it was funny. And if I'm the only one that laughs, that doesn't make me insane. I just remember things you don't. AKA I'm old. Anyways, level 9.5, and they got the Web Weavers. If they make this play properly, they're gonna have level 10 and a push. But if Sven now dies, it's also gonna be a 5 versus 4. Now he's gonna be back in time to help out here, but this is of course still a bit annoying for them. Oh, that on the other hand changes things very quickly. Not only do they get Ether, but they also get the gems that he was holding. Good job. 4 versus 4 now. And Leo is back. Sonya is dead. And that is a level 10. That is dangerous. The Storm League enjoyers, they... yeah. They're not going to be too happy about this. They're going to lose a fort at least. I mean... they're probably going to lose more, a couple of additional towers and gates, but they're 100% going to lose the fort now. I really don't care if they are getting Sonya back now and have level 10, but that fort is already gone. The question is just simply how much damage can be done on the remaining lanes. Not too much at the top. Itrax has been... he needs to turn in, by the way. You have 27 gems. You don't want to lose that. So they're able to get that. There's the Entomb against Deckard Cain, the old geezer, and he is making his way out of the fight. Thanks to some support that he at least got. But that got dangerous for a moment. 120 stacks now for Nazeebo. So he completed his level 1 quest already. Went straight into the Ravenous Spirit here. We're not going to get to see Gary today. We have Stay a While and Listen for Deckard Cain. The old man, as usual, telling stories until your ears bleed. And more than that, then Kerrigan gets killed. Finally, a bit of a sign of life from the Enjoyers. A big dive and a kill. Kerrigan is gone, so one of the big damage and threats has been eliminated. Can they get more? Trying to go for Sven here again. Spiders everywhere on the ground. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, look at this shit. Gingerbread Man, spiders, beetles. What a disgusting map. Seriously, there's so much vermin on the ground here. It's absolutely ridiculous. Red Web Weavers. More spiders are coming in. Ugh. Like, if you're an Arachnophobe, can you play this map? Are you just running away and you're GGing out of the game every single time the game loads and you see which map is being played? Is that how that happens? Is that why we have so many levers in the game? Imagining people being arachnophobes and every time that they play against Zagara or Nuburak, they're just quitting. That would explain so much, by the way. Finally, I understand why Heroes of the Storm has this many levers. I knew there was a logical explanation. Or they're just assholes. That could be it too. So, level 12.5, we got 20 in for 20,000 damage in for Hanzo, 28,000 for Tracer, who has a lot more damage, I gotta admit, than I expected. Way more damage. Good on Tracer though. So yeah, she's putting up the numbers. Now she has to just pop in and get a few kills for them, and they might be able to turn it again. Because that seems to be the theme of the series. You're falling behind initially, and then you're very quickly turning the game and start to take your opponent out. So right now we're looking at an attempt to destroy the fort at the bottom of the map, but the defense is there. So they got the emergency squad saying hello, and they got the Entomb hit again. But with Ravenous Spirit, nobody's getting anywhere close there. Nano with another arrow. The problem is they can't really follow up on it. Kerrigan is now coming in on a Snowflake, but it's a bit too late to really help out with the party. Or is it? Oh, it would have been so amazing if he just comes in from the side, gets a triple stun off or something along those lines. But yeah, not really. So, as is, 150 stacks for Nazeebo. There's absolutely no doubt anymore that he's going to hit the numbers for level 20. The only question is, are we going to get him there? And right now, it's still fairly even. It's fairly even experience, structurally, slight difference. There's one fort destroyed. But since the Raiders are now dropping their second... they're currently like dropping their second wave of Web Weavers, so this could change things for sure. So, let's see what they can actually pull off with this. How much damage can they do? Can they get some kills here, for example? I love how Malfurion also follows up on Kerrigan very reliably. This is now the third or fourth time that with a good Kerrigan combo we have Malfurion dropping the roots immediately on them. Doesn't always lead to a kill, but it's always a dangerous play. And really makes this a little bit scary for them. So at the top side, the fort is already falling. That's really good news, of course, for the Raiders. They're going to walk away with at least one fort destroyed. And if they can kill Sonya, God, no, everything misses. Ether, the Juke got here. Yeah, that was super close. If one of those stuns connects, there is a good chance that he falls. And that would have been a disaster. You can't lose this many gems in the game yet. Deckard Cain, on the other hand, gets hit hard. And there's again the root on the ground. And this time he doesn't escape any combo. So Deckard Cain... Oh, Jesus, they're getting everything on him. He has to die. If you're burning this many cooldowns to take a hero down, then you better kill him. And they did. So Deckard Cain is gone, and that helps them to take down the fort. That's all forts destroyed right there. 183 stacks now for Nazeebo. He's at level 14. I mean, if you're Nazeebo right now, you're just praying that you make it to 20. There's nothing more annoying than when you're Nazeebo, you get an insane amount of stacks and then the game ends when you're at level 19 and a half. That's probably the most annoying thing that could happen to you. They have 98 gems, by the way. There's no level 16 advantage yet for the Raiders, so if you turn in, then do it quickly. Tracer is trying to do exactly that and gets the 26 delivered, so good for her. They still need to deliver the remaining 29, though, if they want to change anything here. They need a Web Weaver wave. If you hold 78 gems, that is not a comfortable position to be in. You know that if you're losing some of your heroes, then you are going to be in trouble. So at this point, you're just praying that you are soon going to be able to go to a turning point and make that happen. But now there's the level 16 advantage for the Raiders, and that of course means that it's extremely difficult to move in and do anything about this. So, yeah. Let's see. I mean, right now, another quick hit. Alright, 4 kills to 2. It's a very, not a very kill-heavy game, by the way. There's not a lot of kills going on here. But this seems like another turn in for the blue team, so it means they're getting 2 in a row now. This is their 3rd in total. And that is honestly a big worry now. Because, yes, it will be 16 versus 16, but if there's any kills that happen against the red team, and they don't recover the gems, that would be a disaster. We get debilitation now for Nubarak. Still not a fan of that talent. Understand the reasons, still not a fan. Don't see it all that often. I get why they're doing it here, but again, that talent, in my opinion, is just shit. So, I don't think I've ever seen... Have I seen that win? I think it might have been a couple of games, but the win rate of debilitation is pretty much like trash. At least the games that I commentated with it. Anyways, 47,000 for Tracer. Our girl is dropping the numbers, but they need to drop some heroes. They need to drop them quickly. Nazeebo is becoming an absolute monster. He's on 32 gems, and when we're talking about his level 1 stacks, he's already surpassed 200 a while ago. Like, way past that. 217. So, yes, he can absolutely crush. and his damage is going to spike later on. But they're losing more and more ground, and the blue team is pressuring this, and they're trying to give them as little wiggle room as possible. And after they are now opening up these walls, they are pushing for keeps. Top side, we see it happening already. Sonya's trying to defend here. Down at the bottom of the map, they're sieging up with some camps and their heroes in an attempt to go for it. So, yep, there we go. Also, Deckard Cain with the ult, trying first of all to save his own bot, but also hoping to open up a turnaround opportunity. Didn't happen so far. Keep at the top lane a bit low, keep at the bot lane opened up. But still, we are currently looking at a blue team. Oh, there's a turn in. Yes, there we go. Uh-oh. Is she gonna survive? Sonya? Team? No! No! Oh, shit! Oh, the turn-in happens. She's dead for 45 seconds. And in addition to that, they lost, what, 23 gems? Oh my god, that hurts. Oh, that's annoying. Now your opponent has a freebie on the defense. It's a 5 versus 4. They can easily defend, and they might even be able to either go for boss or just do some extra damage to your structures. But even the defense alone is already worth so much. Oh, that's annoying. What? They must be so pissed right now. They must be so pissed. Can you imagine playing defense the entire time, then finally getting your turn in and saying like, alright guys, let's go. Let's get some experience. Let's get Nazebo closer to 20. Let's try and see if we can take down some of those forts, and then this happens. Sonya is back, but they lost 2 of their web beavers already. Crystal is being used here, jumping into the backline. Nazebo, he gets sandwiched, and no! He's losing 35 gems. Aether's trying to recover them. Hasn't happened. Lavakal came in and took all of them, so at least they have them. But Nazebo now dying too, and Aether, as he tries to greet for the kill against Karrigan, finds himself surrounded by 4 heroes and dies a painful death too. At least the fort at the bottom left has been taken down, so now those web weavers have gotten some value. 72 kills, 19.5 to level 18. Oh, yeah. There's another turn-in that the red team can get, so that's the good news. There's a turn-in that the red team can claim, but they're gonna face off against the boss soon, because with level 20 in their hands, the blue team is not shying away from attacking the boss here. And they're even at the bottom starting to chase some heroes. Alvaros right now is just hoping that nobody sees him. And well, bro, how'd I tell you this? But you are not gonna get out. You walked into the wrong direction, old timer. I'm sorry, bro, but next time Google Maps. I know the way, follow me. It's like, yeah, well, a little bit the wrong way though. But yeah, so are they going to interrupt Lavakal? Yep, they are. So no turn-in, and that's real problematic, because if they get the turn-in, it means it is a boss defense against the web beaver defense. They would just trade. But now everything is falling apart for them. They lost Deckard Cain, they lose Tracer. Nazebo is just sitting there, and he's like 9. He's at 260 stacks, and he's not going to reach level 20, is he? Top lane pressure is just too much. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. And this replay is from the last fight. The kill from Jaina was so amazing that I thought, you know, we would go for it again. So yeah, Jaina awesome in the last game. But what's also awesome over here is that Nazebo is now getting killed too. So he gets caught, the top keep is gone. And with that, we're seeing the entire team fall apart. It's a victory for the Enjoyers. 12 kills to 2. They go for core. And well, that's that. A 2-0 victory. The Raiders advance to the next round of the winner bracket, everybody. And the Enjoyers, they drop down into losers bracket of the first qualifier for Meta Madness. They still got a shot. But of course, at this point, their journey is going to get much, much harder. GG.